Welcome back to A Corporate Time. Of course, it's Fringe Week.
It is. And that means that you are required to go see some shows. And you need a couple of things before you see shows. You need a button, so you got to get your Fringe, orlandofringe.org. And you also need a ticket. You got to have a ticket if you want to see all of these great performers that are in our city.
And speaking of performers, I like it when we make Fringe friends, and then when they contact us because they were on the show last year, and they're like, "Hey,
friends."
Yeah, well, that's what I. That's what I. Friends.
Well, Fringe, like Fringers or Fringe. What do you Fringers? Fringe people?
Fringers is new to me. I like it though.
I don't know.
Coined it here.
But it feels
I like a fringy.
The Fringers. The Fringers. But yeah, I feel like you guys always hustle more than most.
Oh, yeah.
Because you have to.
It's on us.
The money comes 100% to you. So, of course, you have that hustle, that grind mentality. I think that's why you probably, Tom, talking to my business partner here, it's probably why you respect Fringe out of almost all.
Oh, yeah,
because it's
everybody's a hustler.
They're hustling. You guys are out there with come see my goddamn show.
Well, and some people more than others. I tell you what, like my first year was in 2018, and I'll always have this memory of my friend coming to see the show and saying that this Canadian woman followed me to my car, like with all these flyers. And I said, okay, yeah, I'll come see you tomorrow. Like, just get out. Like, she got in the car with him. Like,
that's funny.
Hey, it's like
you like comedy?
Like a baby reindeer.
Stalking
scenario,
right.
kind of a thing.
So Joel Swanson is on the show with us, and
he's been calling you Old Joe Swanson all morning. No, he hasn't.
No, that's a very common thing. Either Joe Swanson or Ron Swanson.
Okay, yeah, Ron Swanson.
And so Joel's new show, and wait till you hear this. The show's called Medlin. Right, it's a deucicle, all right, and that means it's a Scooby-Doo parody tribute psychedelic trip of a show.
Yeah,
a
deucicle.
Yeah. So
it's like Seussicle the musical, but it's a deucicle. We're not like other musicals. We're a deucicle.
Because of Scooby-Doo.
Right.
So tell us about the show.
All right.
Yeah, sure. So it's the biggest cast I've had at Fringe. It's 16 people, including myself, and we're in a very big space. So we fill that space, and it's exactly that. It's a musical, but it's music from the 60s and the 70s. Nice. You know me, I love my jukebox musical, a tune that everyone can just kind of latch on to.
Yeah.
Songs you haven't thought of in a while, and you're like, oh wait, that's always been my favorite. And I just needed to see a pothead dog singing it in order for me to really remember
there you go.
how good it really is.
Yeah. Where are we at with that now, with blowing weed smoke into your dog's face? I feel like now that it's medical, it's fine.
I'm giving him medicine.
I'm taking care of him,
now
all right.
That marijuana is no longer drugs, declassified. I mean,
it's like giving them vitamins.
Yeah, and then every place I go, I was the ice cream man that you see? I think he's been venturing over. Tom lives in a very.
We all have our ice cream man that we see on the side, right?
Yeah. Tom's happens to be a real ice cream man because he happens to live in a very undesirable portion of Orlando. He's been pushing his way over here to my side.
Yeah.
And did you know that one of the things that the ice cream man has that blows my mind? You walk up there and he's like, CBD dog treat.
Okay, no, and that's what I was going to say. They do make hemp dog treats to just kind of chill them out.
Yeah. So I think it's totally okay.
Hey, it is 2024.
If you're a young kid online, and you're doing videos, you're an influencer, if you want to blow pot smoke in your dog's face, I think it's okay. I think it's fine.
I think that's aggressive. I will hand my dog a treat and say, all right, take this as you need it, right? Yeah.
Maybe that's a better way.
On him.
I think that is a better way.
Like, all right, this is 50 milligrams, but you can break it in half maybe.
Right.
And
technically, I'm dosing my dog.
Ate the whole thing.
Technically, I'm dosing my dog.
So, why did you pick Scooby-Doo? Because Scooby-Doo
I think the answer is why not.
Well,
yeah, exactly.
It's a bizarre cartoon if you really analyze it. What's going on?
It's one of the strangest and horniest cartoons.
Oh, sure.
I always
there have
thought
been so many spin-offs.
Yeah.
There's so many different versions of it, and there hasn't been a musical. Why not?
Yeah,
so
it's a
that's
good
where
question.
I come in. But yeah, this one is definitely based in 1969. Nice. And because kind of the more modern versions of Scooby-Doo are kind of like the Brady Bunch movie where they're in the 90s but still living their psychedelic life. But no, this one actually takes place in the 60s, which is something that kind of makes it different also because harkens back to the original like 1969 cartoon.
Yeah,
which
like
there were
why
only a
would
few seasons.
Shaggy be wearing bell bottoms in 2023?
Right. So we
You know, like,
embrace
it doesn't make-
the era
Yeah.
for sure.
It doesn't make any sense to me. You know.
So when it comes to the music part
Yeah.
of it, are you using any are you inspired by the actual cartoon music? Are you just taking music from the time?
Ooh, that's a good question. I've always loved oldies. Growing up, like listening to the oldies station, like out by the pool with my family and everything.
yeah.
So I've always been like kind of an old soul musically and
Because
stuff.
everybody's dad or mom would be like,
That's
we're
what it
listening
is.
to what I like.
Right. And then someday we'll be listening to the oldies station and it's Miley Cyrus and we'll be like, oh
Yeah.
yes, back in the day.
It's already happening. Like they're putting
right.
like Pearl Jam on classic rock, and I'm like, oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I just love that era of music. So I also really love like bending the meaning of some music, you know, because
Okay.
if the lyrics are just so loose, then they can, you know, mean anything. So
Sure.
some of these songs, you wouldn't think that they've got this underlining message about either like past trauma. Oh yeah, we dig into like some trauma in this show, which I don't
Okay.
think anyone's really ready for. But here's that hot take. Get ready, everyone. You're gonna be experiencing some memories of your childhood, perhaps with some like religious trauma or.
Religious trauma baked in.
Yeah, oh my
The
God.
Get ready. Can you believe
Religious
it?
Trauma, Scooby-Doo.
This is kind of the trap.
Is
I lured
Scooby-
you in with Scooby-Doo,
Yeah.
and then now that I got you, get ready.
Yeah. And then Scooby's like, a priest touched me.
No.
Rocky, where are my resticles?
Yeah.
I
That's always a classic.
he's going more jihad.
Oh, yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I'm a patriot.
And
So
again,
I'm a
he chose it
patriot.
himself. I did not
Yeah, yeah,
influence his
yeah, yeah.
religion
We
at all.
didn't-
Yeah,
we
my
didn't-
dog.
Scooby goes on this whole thing about how no one should be vaccinated, and then Fred is vaccinated, and Scooby calls him gay.
No,
Yeah,
Velma's out
and
there
then
for
they're
sure.
fighting.
Yeah, she
And then
works for Moderna now.
Fred's
Yeah.
been closeted gay the entire time. He never liked Velma or the other
Oh,
one.
it's a very
Daphne?
gay show as well.
Daphne?
Yeah, Daphne.
Yeah. That's normally what they do. Most people make Fred gay. What is your take? Do you think Fred was gay?
He's sweethearts with the Daphne character in the show,
Yeah.
but when you see the show, he's
Okay, all right.
definitely gay.
Yeah, I think
He looks like a gay man.
I think well, he has an ascot for
platinum
Christ's
blonde.
sake, right? Like I feel like he's accessorized.
If you're fighting
he's in
crime,
great shape.
if you're fighting crime in an ascot, you're definitely gay.
He's also in really good shape. He's not
There's
morbidly
gotta be
obese.
something else to
Yeah,
learn.
and I have
Right.
a feeling that his living room looked nice and was cleaned up before company came on.
Yeah.
Like all of my gay friends, not me.
He would never set foot in the mystery machine.
No, he's like, this is despicable.
How did they become friends? Did they ever address that?
Like
Scooby-Doo?
an
No,
origin
and we get
story?
into that also.
You
like,
know the origin
yeah, because no, we never hear about like their parents in the original. We never like they're such different kids. Like, how do they get along? So in my
Yeah.
version, they're all orphans, and like that's their bond.
okay.
Like
Is
you
that like
start with ultimate mega trauma, like all their parents are dead. I love that.
no, they dive right into it. Like they only have each other. Like it's kind of just by necessity that they are a gang because they only have each other. And yeah, that's,
maybe we
that's where
should
it's
have
at.
dialed this down a little more before we started enjoying it as children, right? Like it is a weird, like you
Yeah.
got the two stoners that are riding out, right? Like you got Shaggy and Scooby, who I guess
Yeah.
are stoners, but then I don't think any of the other guys would be hanging out with the stoners.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
Fred's preppy. Daphne's like a fashionista
And
diva.
Velma's like smart, right?
and Velma's got other things to do. I
Sure.
don't know why she's involved with them. So
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
I dove into
Big
that.
fat ass.
Yeah,
Velma.
oh my God. They ruined
Yeah.
Velma for us dads.
yeah,
Porno ruined Velma because they were
Yeah.
like, we're going to give her a giant fat ass. And we're
Oh.
going to make you appreciate it.
Oh, there's a bunch of movies on
Oh,
the internet.
yeah.
So was there? There's a whole
On
bunch
that
of parodies.
side of the
Oh my
internet,
God, all of
sure,
them.
I have no doubt.
When all the OnlyFans girls decided Velma's gay and she has a fat ass and all she does is munch box, I was like,
God.
We can't say that.
we can't?
No,
Oh, I
we
thought we
can't.
got him having fun.
So you've seen the video.
I can't tell you if I've watched many Velma videos. I don't know what to tell you.
Well, I have to say you come across them on the
Yeah, on the interweb.
Yeah, you see, it's on the corner. There's some cartoons. There's a Family
And
Guy.
I clicked
it's a
and it just
Velma.
won't go away. Yeah.
So
How hard was it? How long did you have to write? I know these things when you're debuting a new show, especially when you're starting from from scratch? Do you come up with okay, we're doing the Scooby and the gang, that's our concept, and then off to the races, or did it change a couple of times?
It's changed a lot. I first had the idea in, I guess, like 2021. I was working Halloween Horror Nights, and I thought it was absolutely miserable. So what would I do? Like, I would just like slip my little AirPod into my ear, and I would listen to all my like 60s music and think about, okay, how could this become a plot for like a Scooby-Doo musical? As I'm just like, scaring people. I was like,
Dead inside her.
yeah. But that's where it was born, and then in the next 3 years, I have like really revamped the plot and brought in a lot of like personal experience. And it's obviously semi-autobiographical. Yeah, if I'm gonna write a Scooby-Doo musical,
well,
you gotta use what you know.
That's another beautiful part of Fringe is the fact that most of the performers that I see, when they come there, they're usually telling you something that A, is rooted in truth,
so true,
and normally is something that they experienced, which is what, again, I think what makes Fringe so cool.
Well, yeah, you have that ownership, and again, back to like hitting the pavement and getting those tickets sold, because it's personal. Yeah, you're presenting your story, so yeah, it's not something that an agent could go out and hawk for them.
Right.
Like, we have ownership of these pieces. Yeah.
I'm sorry for the tangent, but what's always bothered me about Scooby-Doo is that in the reveal, it's always this,
it's always such a creepy old white man.
It is always a creepy old white man.
Little old man Smithers, not again.
It's a creepy old white man, right?
Yes.
But they have the body of a woman, you know what I'm saying? Or like a muscular young person. Like, when they take off the mask, they're like, oh, it's the old white spooky man.
You idiot.
No, but their body, you can't change your body. Like type, like
I don't think they thought that out. I think they assumed that old
cartoons were very different back then.
Including me, I would be like, it's just a costume. This guy, you got literal Jones over here sitting there. He's like, there's no way.
According to my
far too form fitting.
Well, was that like you can't play an old you're playing a 22-year-old woman?
Yeah. Well, some of those creatures were 30 feet tall, and then they take the mask off, and it's a small little person man.
Oh, it's me. You caught me.
Yeah, he owned the general store.
Well, yeah. Do you have stilts on? You got to tell me what was he in a machine?
I'm going to answer your question.
This very seriously.
I'm sorry, Joel.
Joel, I'm going to answer his question
I've
seriously.
never had fun.
No, this is the underlining mega difference between you and I.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to answer your question honestly. I always looked at that, and in my crazy brain, because we're both insane, me and Tom, I always said, well, obviously his friend is an engineer and helped him out with a costume.
They've got money. Yeah.
I mean, he put enough thought in. He's been working nights on his costumes, like all the time.
How many Scooby-Doo episodes? Because it's in my mind, there's like hundreds,
yeah,
but I don't
like
think they're that
the very
many.
first season was just like 17 episodes. Yeah, wow. 17 monsters. And then there were only like 2 or 3 seasons of the original run of that.
Yeah, it wasn't that many, right?
Countless revamps, spin-offs. But yeah, the original, like the OG Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? Yeah, it was like 20 episodes. Not much at all.
And then it started getting crazy. They started adding people. Did Scrappy-Doo make an appearance?
Oh, Scrappy's not in our show.
Okay,
but maybe
if you need me, I will play your Scrappy.
Okay, next year.
If you need a muse,
Medlin
I have the body of Scrappy-Doo.
When they pull off your mask, I'm like, that's a Scrappy-Doo.
Look at that. He's got the body of a small puppy. Like, I've got the belly and everything.
Well, but beyond that, yeah, like they added Scrappy-Doo, but then randomly Sonny and Cher and Batman and like.
Oh, Batman!
Wasn't Don Knotts?
Don Knotts. Yeah,
Don Knotts.
Yeah, like
Scooby. Don Knotts.
The Golden Girls. Like, B. Arthur.
I think Don Knotts was on there.
Did you work in, not to ruin any of the show, of course you got to get your tickets.
Get your tickets.
OrlandoFringe.org.
And your button.
Yeah, and your button so you could watch it. What's your show times, by the way?
Tonight's opening night?
Okay.
Well, okay,
Nice.
if this is airing, okay, right now, Wednesday at 1 o'clock. Tonight is our opening night at 7:25 tonight.
Okay.
There are 7 performances total. It's at the Orlando Family Stage. It is not a family show,
Oh.
so don't get it twisted. Don't bring your kids, or bring your kids if it's time for them to learn.
My son's gonna handle it.
Hey,
they watch
I
YouTube.
think
Let
Tommy
the bird fly.
Tommy'd be like, I was over there smoking a cigarette. This guy's great.
They like Tenacious D.
There you go. Yeah,
They've heard it.
Definitely adult humor, but if your kids are into that, they can come. You'll like it.
I like that. I like it.
It's colorful. There's
like
fun
it.
music.
Yeah.
Give them an edible and let them go.
Yeah, exactly. That's
So-
happening now.
Did you work in the quintessential Scooby-Dooby-Doo? Where are you?
Oh, the thing.
Oh, there are definitely references
Okay.
to the catchphrase, to the formula of it all. Every episode is the same episode. They just take out one noun and add a different one. Just like it's a librarian this episode, and it's the malt shop owner in this episode.
Yeah.
Like it's the same formula. So yeah, we follow that formula. But then we dive into some of the mysteries of our lives that we are unmasking, religion being a big one of them.
A lot
Yeah.
of religion at French.
Yeah.
You know, the first person to tell me that was Jesus with a boner. I saw him many years ago. It was like 5 years ago. That was the first one I ever saw. I hate to keep bringing him up.
Hey, I know him well.
Yeah, it's like he's been a repeat performer around here. Did you guys do any of the chase scenes?
Yeah,
where
we've
you're
got
running?
a whole
Okay.
chase musical number
You
through
gotta
these
have
doors.
the musical through the doors.
Oh, yes, yes.
That's
Yeah.
like one of the things that I think most people make fun of. But I can honestly
Oh,
say,
no, it's iconic.
as a kid, when I would watch it, I'd like it'd be like they'd go to the 60s, it'd be like some
It's
60s
exactly that.
cool, sexy music.
Yeah,
Boom, bang, 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 boom, boom,
Yeah.
bang, bang, and they're running, you know?
That's another part of where young Tom Van would be like, wait a minute, you can't show up on the other side of the hallway. There's no way for you to get
Yeah,
across.
they're calling
exactly.
you, they're calling you literal Jonesel.
Well, and
That doesn't
literal
work
joke.
like that. That's not real.
Yeah, that's not how architecture works.
Yeah.
But we play into that as well. We have like some stunt doubles where like the monster will go in this door and then he'll come out from the audience this
You
way.
gotta
Like,
have that.
Yeah. We fully buy into
I
the
love it.
shtick. Yeah.
Now, how do you handle Scooby-Doo? Because I'm
Yeah.
curious, like,
Yeah.
what? How you begin? I know
All
I
right.
don't want to ruin it,
Here's
but
the deal.
Okay.
Here's the big reveal. I play the dog in the show.
No, all right.
Yeah,
okay.
I do, and it's a puppet. It's a big old puppet, and I'm excited for everyone to see it. I've kept it very under wraps.
I love it.
I want opening night to be the big reveal of him, but he's like the most homely looking dog. He wandered in off the street. He needs a sandwich, let me tell you what. But I based him off of my dog that I rescued in 2020.
Aw.
Like, and he's just like a scrappy little homeless looking dog.
I love
and yeah, so he's been my muse to this entire thing. This,
There you go.
This one's for Ziggy. Yep.
Oh, shout out to Ziggy.
You got your,
He's still alive.
you got yourself a COVID dog.
I did, and I'm so glad
The
I
best
did.
part of people doing that, well, it's actually the worst part, but a lot of people would get those dogs and then they'd be like, COVID's over. I have a reason to live. Here, take the dog back.
Well, and that's on them. Yeah,
Yeah.
like I bonded with that dog so hard because I was living alone. I just needed someone to talk to. Like the day that I finally started talking to myself, I said, getting a dog tomorrow.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Remember when like all the shelters were empty, like because everybody
They're like, sorry,
dumped
we're
the
out
dogs-
of dogs and bicycles. People are healthy and love animals now.
and
No,
then,
they aren't.
And then like in Venice, Italy, like all the rivers were clean and stuff.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh my
They're
god!
like, we had nothing to do. We pick up the trash.
And, like it was almost like we started
COVID is
making
making the world the best.
and then we just went right back.
yeah.
no, I mean, no, so
Kennels
the
are
sky
full.
was clear. The sky was blue.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, and then all
But
of a
not
sudden we
only
said,
did we
"Oh,
come
we're
back-
depressing."
Not only did we come back, we're like, now we're back, and now we got AI.
Oh,
and we're gonna
man.
ruin everything. now.
Yeah,
You just wait.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I think I'll have AI write my show next year. I've been working too hard.
I'm
Yeah.
sure there are people right now actively trying to do that, which is unfortunate. And who
All
knows?
it takes is write me a Scooby-Doo musical send,
Yeah,
and then you're
people will do
set.
it.
Yeah.
I know.
So again, the show's called Medlin, the Doozicle.
love
So
it.
look it up at
And what venue
Orlando
again?
Fringe.
It's called the Peach Venue. It's a new venue for Fringe this year. It's
Okay.
a big old space. Let's sell it out. And it's at the Orlando Family Stage, formerly known as Orlando Rep.
Oh, okay, great.
Yeah.
I know where the formerly Rep used to be, so it is the Peach Venue. Joel, thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, I'm
We-
so
we
excited. Thank you
appreciate
guys.
you.
Yeah, and you're welcome back next year.
Yeah, yeah.
and I'm sure.
Anytime.
Well, I will write a show just so I can come on the show.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's my
Yeah.
motivation.
Yeah, you got it, man.
All right.
All right. Thank you guys.
We'll see you next week.
Woo.
That's it. We out.
All right.
Nice job.
Thank you guys.
Do we have? Oh, we have to do intros.
Yeah, we'll do intros.
All right, cool.
All
Thank
right.
you. Man.
Yeah.
Twitch and YouTube. I guess we'll see you tomorrow. We're not doing any more segments, or did you want to do one more?
No, we don't.
Oh
need
no,
to.
you did want to do that one.
Yeah, but we don't need.